Okay. Sutra 620. Yushmado Gaurave Tvekatve Ditve Bahuvachanam. So studying from Kāraka. Uh, so like yesterday we studied this Sutra 619 that when we have a noun in Ekvachana, then we use uh, like when we have to express singularity, then Ekvachana is used. Similarly, when duality has to be expressed, then Dvivachana has to be used. And when Bahuvachana plurality has to be expressed, then Bahuvachana is used. Just a second. Yeah. Now today the sutra says Yushmada Gaurave Tvekatve Dvitve Bahuvachanam. But to indicate respect. But when respect is indicated, then a Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied after Yushmad, even though singularity or duality is being expressed. Um, a Bahuvachana, but when respect is indicated, a Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti is can be applied after Yushmad. Yushmad is like the word from which Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam, and so on the table comes up. Uh, so even the singularity, so when we have this Yushmad Shabda, and either singularity or duality is expressed, but if respect is indicated, then Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied. For example, He Pitar Yuyam Vadata. Oh Father. Now Father is one. Like I'm talking to my father. Yushmad is second person, right? Like I'm talking to you. So you are the second person for me. So, oh Father, He Pitar. Now there is a respect for the father. So Yuyam Vadata. Now Yuyam generally is Bahuvachana. Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam. You two, and you all. Yuyam. But here Yuyam is although being plural, but is used for a word in singular because we are indicating respect for Pitar, for Pitah. So, hey Pitar, Yuyam Vadata. Oh Father, you should speak. It's like even in Hindi, we use like hum. I don't know, like Hindi would be a new language. Um, like in English, I don't know if it happens in like poems or literary usages like we. Uh,
Actually, the exact same thing happened in English.
uh-huh.
Thou and thee were the singular, and you was the plural,
Okay.
and then you became just general out of initially out of respect,
Uh-huh.
and then gradually everyone was treated with respect, so you was used for everyone.
Oh, is it? You is plural.
Yes, yes. Originally it was plural.
Ah. And thou and thee were like singular and dual respectively, is it?
No, thou and thee are just different declensions of thou. So thee is the accusative. Thou is just like tu.
Hmm.
Thou, thee, thy.
Oh.
Uh, the
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, English basically has the nominative, the accusative, and the
Hmm.
possessive. So those are the declensions of thou.
Hmm.
Thine is made into an adjective.
Hmm. Okay. So hey Pitar, Yuyam Vadata. So then hey Pitarau Yuyam Pashyata. Now like dual, oh father and mother. Yuyam. Now respect again. So Yuyam. Bahuvachana is used. Yuyam Pashyata. Both of you should look. Okay. So in respect, we can use plural, Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti, for a word either in singular or dual, which commands respect, or yeah, which deserves respect. For more explanations, you can read the commentaries. Yeah. द्विवर्ज तदादि matra cha. Now, similarly, to indicate respect, a Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied after any Tad Adi. Now, Tad Adi recalls the Tad Adi Vishnu Bhaktis from the Krishna Namas. Actually, it would be good that, like, apart from our classes, if you could revise or just go through the second chapter, because all these sutras are dealing with the second chapter, the forms of the second chapter, concepts of the second chapter. So it would be good to, it would be good to make bridges between the concepts and the forms in the second chapter and the concepts we are studying here. So Tadadis are the Tadadi Sattanam, if you remember that sutra. So the Krishna Namas, pronouns. So similarly, to indicate respect, a Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied after any Tadadi, except Dvi, the word Dvi, even the singularity or duality is being expressed. So it is saying, it is a Nishedha Sutra, prohibitive sutra, that Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied after the Tadadis. Tadadis are Tad, Yad, Etad, Tad, Yad, Etad, Adas, Idam, Ekadvi. Yeah. So we can apply the same rule, the previous rule, after Tadadis also, except for the word Dvi. So for example, Sakutra Tava Guru iti aha tatra te virajante. For example, in answer to the question, Kutra Tava Guru. So, where is your Guru? Kutra Tava Guru is a normal sentence. Now, the disciple, in respect for the Guru, his Guru, he is saying Tatra te virajante. Tatra te virajante. Now, Guru is one, singular, but Sahataute, plural form is used, te, in respect. This usage is also quite common. Yeah, tatra te virajante. And because te is in plural, so that's why the verb also takes the plural ending, virajante. It's not virajate.
So then in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 34, is it actually plural, or is it this kind of Bahuvachana?
What's the verse?
Advidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina.
So that's like a bahuvachana prayoga, because jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha are in plural. So te refers to those jnanis, those tattvadarshis.
Okay, so when there's a nominative verb, then it's actually plural. It's not that the guru could be referred to as gurun in plural when it's actually a singular person, just out of respect.
Yeah, like there, it's quite clear that there is accompanying the jnanis and the tattvadarshis, like as an adjective. They, the guru, they, comma, the jnanis, the intellectuals, comma, the tattvadarshis, the knower of the truths, like that. They.
Okay.
Uh, hmm. Pujya Vachibhyas Padaradhikye, to indicate even more respect. A Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied afterwards, which refer to respectable persons, even though singularity or duality is being expressed. So now Puchavachi is to indicate even more respect, like to indicate more respect. A Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can be applied afterwards, um, which refer to respectable persons, even though singularity or duality is being expressed. So we can apply Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti after words. Like previously, it was like the pronouns, Krishna Namas, and so on. But here we can also use Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti after words, after like nouns, proper nouns. For example, Guravaha Samadhishanti, the Guru orders. Now, for Guru, Shastra recommends utmost respect. So here in this example, although the wish is to say a single Guru is ordering, the Guru orders. But Adaradhikye, Adaradhikyat Bahuvachanasya Prayogam Asti. So Guravaha Samadhishanti. Bahuvachana is employed here, used here. Guravaha. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. So Guravaha Samadhishanti. Okay. Hmm. Asmadas Tva Gaurave Pi. A Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can also be applied after Asmad when respect is not particularly intended, even though in singularity or duality is being expressed. So it says, it is very interesting that for others, uh, when respect is there, then we use Bahuvachana, even though it is singular or plural. But for oneself, even though there is no respect, then also, even then we can use Bahuvachana Prayoga. When I first read it, I was like, wow, it's like self-esteem, oneself. So yeah, so asmadas to agauravapi. For oneself, even if there is no respect, or then also we can
So in
use.
English, there's two such situations. So
Mhm.
there's the royal we. So
Okay.
then that is intending
Yeah.
respect. So the monarch can call themselves we, even though they're only a single person. But
Hmm.
there's also the auctorial we, which is the author. And the
Mhm.
author can call themselves we, and it's not necessarily intended to be respect.
Mhm.
It's just it's actually intended not to be necessarily respect, but sort of the reader is sort of included, or it's just somehow less abrasive than I don't know what's the origin of the auctorial we, but sometimes an English author can call themselves we even though it's just a singular author.
Hmm.
It's not considered that they're respecting
Yeah.
themselves either.
I believe even Prabhupada sometimes referring to himself in the books. Mm.
Yes.
He uses like we, our, right? Like our humble self,
Yeah.
words like that.
Hmm.
It's not like self-boasting kind of. It's just uh, a literary usage for the authors.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but yeah, I don't know what's the origin of it.
Hmm. So Abahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can also be applied after Asmad Asmat Shabda. Asmad Shabda is the root from which words the table aham, ahamam, vayam, ityadi comes up from. When respect is not particularly intended, even though singularity or duality is being expressed. For example, vayam brumaha. Vayam brumaha literally means we are speaking, but it can be used instead of aham bravimi, I'm speaking. So I'm speaking could be said vayam brumaha in Sanskrit, and it can also be used instead of avam bruvaha. Avam bruvaha is for we to speak. Avam is we to, and bruvaha is speaking. But this rule does not apply when asmad is accompanied by a visheshana. Thus we get Vaishnavo aham bravimi. So I, a Vaishnava, am speaking. So when this asmad shabda is accompanied by a visheshana, then we can't apply this rule. However, deviation from this principle is also seen. For example, sa bala vayam apragalbha manasah sastri vayam katarada. She's a girl and I'm weak-minded. She's a woman and I am agitated. Yeah. So sa bala, she's a girl. Vayam, I, apragalbha manasah, weak-minded. Sastri, she's a woman. And vayam kataraha, and I am agitated. So sometimes um, that's also seen. Sanskrit is very bahulam subject. If you remember the bahulam concept we studied. Kvachit pravrittihi, kvachida pravrittihi, kvachit vibhasha, kvachit anyadeva. Sometimes a rule is applied, sometimes a rule is not applied, sometimes something else is applied in place of the main rule, and sometimes that rule is applied optionally. So, like this. First of all, it says that uh, that we can use bahuvachana for singular dual. Then it says, but when visheshana accompanies, then no, we can't. But then it says, but sometimes deviations are also seen. So Sanskrit is not black or white. It's quite gray. The usage is actually. I mean, black and white meaning. Many times we can't really define the limits the limits of the rules. They can exceed or supersede their own limits. Jatyakhyayam ekvachane bahuvachanam va. When referring to a jati, a bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can optionally be applied instead of an ekvachana Vishnu Bhakti. So when referring to a jati is a group, a category, species. So when referring to a jati, like for example, when we say go, which means cows. So the saying cow or go means the go jati, the whole group of cows. For example, let's say if I say Vrajvasi, the residents of Vraja, it automatically says about all the Vrajvasis, isn't it? And likewise, if I say students, Chhatra, then it's a jati, it's a group, a category, teacher, doctor, and so on. Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana. So it's all jati. So when referring to a jati, a Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti, now this is opposite. A Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can optionally be applied instead of an Ekvachana Vishnu Bhakti. For example, Sampujya Tulasi or Sampujyah Tulasyaha. Gauram Gavahime. So for jati, we can either use singular or plural. it would be right. Now Amrita says a jati is always singular. A jati is always singular, since it refers to a single common quality that inheres in many. But this rule says that a Bahuvachana Vishnu Bhakti can optionally be applied nonetheless. With the example Gaurayam, Jiva Goswami shows how a jati inheres in individuals. Hmm. But something cannot be called a jati if it only inheres in a single individual. Thus we get Vishnu Mitra Eshaha. Yeah, so that's different. So basically, when it's jati, talking of a jati vachak shabda, a shabda which represents a category, a group, a species, then mm, then we can either use singular or plural. Mainly for jatis, ekvachana is used. Ekvachana. Bahuvachana is seen rarely. Ekvachana is. Hmm. Okay, well, this here actually it starts uh, like the explanation of the Vishnu Bhaktis. Prathama refers to the first case, Prathama Vishnu. So we'll continue this from the next class. Srimad Bhagavatam Anvaya, Canto 1, Chapter 8. And yesterday we started with text 21, I believe, or 22. And text Kunti Maharani's prayers. 24. Vishan Mahagneh Purushad Darshanad Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichratah Mridhe Mridhenek Maharathasto Draunyastratashchasmahare Hirakshita He Hare Vishat Bhimasya Vishamodaka Vishamodaka Danat Mahagneh Jatu Griha Dahat. Is it Jatu or something else? Ah, Jatu. What is Jatu? I think Jatu is that mom. What is that in English? Jatu is a gum. Lac. You say lac? Like, you know, the candle is made up of?
Yeah, like the house is that. Oh no, is the lac that it goes on the feet the red thing?
Yeah, like it mentions about. So Kunti Maharani is mentioning how Krishna saved the Pandavas from that Laksha Griha.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Duryodhana
so it was
built up.
made of It was made of lac. I mean, usually in English we just say lac because it's just an Indian thing. The House of Lac.
Like it's the same thing. Mom, the candle is made of, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen a candle made of that, but anyway, it's flammable, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wax is what we see here, but wax I think is something different. Lac is always red, at least as far as I know. Oh, shellac. Yeah, shellac is the English word. But yeah, whenever they're talking about that house that was burnt, they talk about the House of Lac.
So, महाग्नेः जतु गृहदाहात् पुरुषाद् अदर्शनात् पुरुषादाः हिडिम्बादयो. Okay. राक्षसाः तेषां दर्शनात् असत्सभायाः द्यूतस्थानात् तथा मृधे मृधे पुनः पुनः संग्रामेषु महारथास्त्रतः भीष्मादीनाम् अस्त्रसमूहात् द्रोण्यस्त्रतः च इदानीम् अश्वत्थाम्नः ब्रह्मास्त्रात् च त्वया वयम् अभितः रक्षितः अस्मः अभवामः. So Kunti Maharani is containing her heartfelt prayers that, O Lord Hari, O Shri Krishna, that you have protected us, or we have been completely abhirakshita. Abhitah rakshita. Abhirakshita means completely from all sides. So we have been protected completely, punha punha, again and again, by you, from like various calamities or from various situations, such as Vishat, from poison, you saved us. How? Bhimasya Visha Modaka Danat. Because Bhima was offered or was given the laddu, the modaka. Modakas are kind of special, like, particular sweets.
It's the sweet that's given to Ganesh, right?
Yeah, modaka. So, I mean, I think I've not seen modaka in my current life at least, but I've seen it like in cartoons or something. It looks like momos, the shape, like this. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Anyhow, so I think Gujaratis make this modaka.
So why is it Bhimasya rather than, because it was given to Bhim, right?
Uh,
Why is it in the Shashti? Yeah, Shashti.
Sheshe Shashti. Sheshe Shashti. There is one sutra ahead in this chapter, Sheshe Shashti, where actually Shashti is used like in multiple ways and in senses also. It can be used for Dvitya and Chaturthi. So it will come ahead actually. Sheshe Shashti.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And this usage is quite common actually. Like it will come ahead. It will come ahead. So Krishna saved us from the Visha, the Modaka, which had Visha in it and given to Bhima. Then, oh Krishna, oh Hari, you protected us from the burning, the the house, the lac house which was burning. Jatu Griha Dahat, from the burning of the lac house. And then you saved us from darshans, yeah, from the visibility, or yeah, from the audience of the demons, the Hidimbadaya. Hidimba and so on, the demons, who were man-eaters. They would eat man. Just imagine you enter, by mistake, you enter a place or a jungle where you find a variety of people or living entities like man who eat man. How scary is that? Purushada, Ada, Adbhakshane. Then Asat Sabhaya, he protected us from the youth, the place of gamble, the gambling place, uh, especially Draupadi was protected. Then Tatha Sangrameshu Mridhe, in the battlefield also. Maharathastratah, you protected us from the Astra Samuh, from the weapons of great warriors like Bhishma and so on. Then just recently, Idanim, you protected us from the Brahmastra, which was released by Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama Brahmastrat Cha. So in this way, you have been protecting us from various difficult situations. Okay. Any word here?
So the Puna is about the battlefield, or that's why it's said twice.
Mridhe Mridhe. Mridhe Mridhe is Punah Sangrameshu. Yeah, in the Sangrama again and again you protect it. Because Mridha, yeah, Mridhe is for the Sangrama only. Or Mridhe could also means different battles. Because Kshatriyas, it's not just one battle Pandavas fought. They fought many battles. Yeah, so Krishna protected them again and again. You said time and again also, right? For this again and again.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, time and again. Anyhow, so text 25. Vipadah santu taha shashvat tatra jagat guru. This is very famous words. Bhavato darshanam yatsya punar bhavadarshanam. Vipadah santu taha vipadah santu. Jagat guru, हे श्री कृष्ण तत्र तस्मिन् विषये अस्माकं ताः पूर्वोक्ताः विपदः शश्वत् बारं सन्तु आगच्छन्तु इति यावत् यत् यासु विपत्सु अपुनर्भवदर्शनं नास्ति पुनरपि भवदर्शनं यस्मात् तत् भवतः तव दर्शनं साक्षात्कारः स्यात् भवेत्. O Shri Krishna, O Master of the Universe, O Guru, yeah, O Master of the Universe. In that respect, I wish, I pray that let all those calamities, all those obstacles, difficulties, vipadas come again and again, eternally, unto us. Let them come. Why so? Because yat yasu vipatsu, because when such situations arise, difficult situations, in such vipadas, in such difficulties, we get to have an audience of your holy self. We get to have darshans. We get to have association of your holy self, O Shri Krishna, darshanam, bhavatah darshanam, tava sakshatkara, tava darshanam, by darshan of whom apunar bhavadarshanam bhavati, na asti punar api bhavadarshanam yasmadat. By darshan of whom there is no bhavadarshana again for us. Bhavadarshana means seeing the material existence again, basically no birth and death again. So let such, for this one lifetime, I'm ready to bear all such difficulties require that you give us darshan always. So when Kunti Maharani is saying Shashwat, like eternally, like let them come again and again eternally. Eternally in the sense, at least in the current body. So she's also asking Krishna indirectly that because earlier you were always there with us when we were in difficulty. So now let those difficulties come again and again eternally. That means that you have to be there also with us all the time, which means eternally. So basically, she's asking Krishna's audience all the time, not the difficulties, literally. So, yeah, iti artha. This is the meaning. Any particular word here? Text 26. जन्म ऐश्वर्य श्रुत श्रीभिरेधमान मदः पुमान नैवार्हत्यभिधातुं वै त्वामकिञ्चन गोचरम्. Okay. जन्म ऐश्वर्य श्रुत श्रीभि सत्कुल उत्पत्ति वित्त विद्या रूपैः एधमान मदः वर्धितो अहंकारः पुमान् जनः अकिंचन गोचरं न अस्ति त्वद् अन्यत् किमपि येषां ते जडाभिमान शून्य भक्ता तेषाम् एव विषयभूतं त्वां श्रीकृष्णम्. अभी धातुम हे कृष्ण गोविंद इति वक्तुमपि न अर्हति शक्नोति. Yeah, so Kunti Maharani is saying very strongly that, oh Shri Krishna, those people or one who is very proud, ahankara, one whose ego is elevated, vardhitaha, because of having taken birth in a very high profile or high class society, or a very good lineage, let's say Satkula Utpatti, or his very egoistic about his Aishwarya, his wealth, or his Vidya, his knowledge. So, such a person, Janaha Puman, he can't abhidhatum. So abhidhatum is he can't to surrender anyone to. This is good actually. He can't surrender, he can't chant or address you, O Shri Krishna. He can't surrender unto you, he can't take your names like Hey Krishna, Hey Govinda, he can't do that. And Abhi Akinchana Gocharam is the Visheshana for Shri Krishna form. So Shri Krishna is like what? He is the object, Vishaya Bhutam. He's the object of worship, or just the object here. Yeah, he's the object for the devotees, Bhakta Tesham. And what is the quality of the devotee? The devotees Jada Abhiman Shunya. They are devoid of any false pride caused of the material nature. Yeah, just yeah. And na astitvad anyat kimapi ye shamti. And the devotees are those who possess nothing else or who consider nothing else but Krishna as their own possession, as their own. So basically, they do not have anything else. They do not
Wait,
consider.
I'm a little lost. Where is this who don't consider anything else by Krishna? Which word is that?
Yeah. So tvad anyat. Tvad
Oh,
anyat
okay.
is except for you. Na asti kimapi. Nothing else there is. There is nothing else except for you, for the devotees. And thus they are jad abhiman shunya. They are devoid of any abhiman, any pride, which is caused of the jada, the dead matter, the dull matter, yeah, the dead matter. So yeah, iti artha. This is the meaning. Okay.
So what is the role of Vishaya Bhutam? Oh, there's a very bad typo here. Sorry. What is the role of Vishaya Bhutam?
Yeah, Vishaya Bhutam is one who has who has become an object of the devotees. Now, in brackets, we can say object of worship.
Oh, I see.
You know, like we can say.
So it's Vishaya like Vishaya and Ashray, that kind of Vishaya.
Yeah, we can say.
Okay.
Vishaya. Like for the materialists, the Vishayas are the objects of sense gratification by which they seek gratification, they seek happiness. But for the devotees, the Vishaya, the object is Sri Krishna, but they do not seek happiness from Sri Krishna. They rather want to provide happiness to Sri Krishna. It's like opposite of that. So the change of objects and the change of mentality. It's the mentality of receiving, taking, and taking on the material hand, and on the spiritual hand, it's the mentality of giving to the object, which is Sri Krishna.
I see.
And it's very interesting. I mean, the object here in spirituality, Sri Krishna, is actually the subject or the doer. You know, if we, look from a grammatical point of view also, or philosophical point of view also. He's the object of the worship of devotees, or he's the object of, for the devotees, but he's also the subject being the object. Anyhow, he's also the instrument because without him, nothing happens. So yeah, he's everything. He's the source also. He's the source of everything. He's actually the recipient of everything also. Bhagavad Gita says that. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was thinking about it. What is that shloka? He's the beneficiary of all the sacrifices and all the acts we do. Shantam
529?
Yeah. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. The Bhagavad Gita says there. So he's the recipient. In this way, he also the recipient. And he's the ultimate abode or refuge of everything. So the Saptami Vachana, Saptami Bhakti also fulfills there. So in this way, all the Kārakas fit in Sri Krishna. The subject, the doer, the object, the instrument, dative, ablative, locative, everything is. So anyhow, that was a different side discussion.
Yeah, so it begins with those people who are those jana who are
it's
they
singular.
have the ego group.
Yeah, so we can say it is used in jati artha also. So jana could mean like people, those people. Yeah, can say so.
Right. So there's this first part which is about those puman who are egotistical, and then there's this other phrase akinchana gocharang, which is about the bhaktas.
Yeah. No. Akinchana gocharam is Visheshana for Tvam, which is referring to Sri Krishna.
I see. Okay.
So basically, akinchana hi gocharam iti akinchana gocharam. The word akinchana only refers to the devotees. So one who is perceivable by the akinchanas.
Okay, now I get it. Okay.
By the devotees. Gocharam literally means perceivable.
Okay.
Such Tvam, such Shri Krishna, such you.
Okay, so it's you who, so it's Vishaya Bhutang, that's you who are the Vishaya Bhuta of these Akinchana people, and then this gloss is describing those Akinchana people. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, so we'll resume tomorrow, the next Saturday. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.